Have you ever walked into a room in your house and felt like it was heavier than it should be? Not because of the furniture or the walls, but because of all the things that have slowly piled up over the years. It's amazing how objects can carry memories, emotions, and sometimes even stress. When we're younger, we collect things without thinking twice. But after 60, life changes, and suddenly, those same things can start to feel like clutter rather than comfort. Think about it. How many items in your home do you truly use every day? How many of them actually make your life easier, safer, or happier? And how many are simply taking up space, gathering dust, or even creating risks you don't need anymore? The truth is, there are certain things we hold onto long past their usefulness, and they can weigh us down more than we realize. That's what this conversation is all about. Making your home a place of peace, safety, and simplicity, not a storage unit for the past. Because the older we get, the more we deserve a space that helps us live with ease, not one that adds extra burdens. Let's start with something simple yet incredibly common: old paperwork. You know, those drawers or boxes stuffed with bills from 10 years ago, expired warranties, old instruction manuals, or bank statements from a time when gas cost $1 less. They pile up quietly, but the truth is, you don't need most of them anymore. In fact, keeping them can make it harder to find the documents you actually do need. Imagine the stress of searching for your important medical papers, only to sift through stacks of outdated receipts. By letting go of what's no longer relevant, you create room for clarity and peace of mind. Of course, keep the essentials: legal papers, medical records, tax files for the last few years, but everything else, let it go. You'll breathe easier the moment that drawer closes without the weight of unnecessary paper. Now let's move to something a little more physical: clothes and shoes that no longer fit your body or your lifestyle. How many outfits are sitting in your closet, waiting for the right occasion that never seems to come? Or shoes that pinch your feet, but you hold on to them because they were once your favorites? After 60, comfort isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. The clothes we wear should make us feel good, not guilty. If something doesn't fit, feels uncomfortable, or simply no longer represents who you are today, why keep it? Passing it on or donating it gives those items a new life and clears your closet for pieces that truly serve you. There's freedom in opening your wardrobe and knowing that every single item inside is something you can comfortably wear right now. Another category that often lingers longer than it should is old medications and supplements. Many of us have cabinets full of bottles, half-used prescriptions, vitamins we stopped taking, or even pain relievers that expired years ago. Keeping these around is not just clutter, it can be dangerous. Taking the wrong pill by mistake or relying on outdated medication can have serious consequences. Cleaning out that cabinet is one of the most empowering things you can do. Replace what you actually need, dispose of the rest safely, and create a system that keeps only the essentials visible and organized. That way, when you do need something, it's right there without any confusion. And while we're in the kitchen and bathroom areas, let's talk about another overlooked danger: worn-out cookware and utensils. You know, that old frying pan that sticks no matter how much oil you use? Or the chipped mug you've been drinking coffee from for decades? Sometimes we hold onto these items out of habit, but the truth is, they can make everyday tasks harder than they need to be. Non-stick pans that have lost their coating aren't just frustrating, they can also release harmful particles into your food. Cracked dishes or cups can harbor bacteria in tiny crevices. Even dull knives in the kitchen, which might seem safer, actually increase the risk of accidents because they require more force to use. By replacing these with a few reliable, good quality items, you make cooking and living simpler and safer. It's not about having more, it's about having what truly works. Now, you might be noticing a theme here. It's not just about tossing things out for the sake of minimalism. It's about asking yourself, does this item make my life easier, safer, or happier? If the answer is no, then maybe it's time to let it go. Because after 60, the goal isn't to be surrounded by stuff. It's to be surrounded by ease, comfort, and things that genuinely serve your daily life. And that brings us to another subtle but important category: outdated electronics and cords. We all have that drawer filled with random chargers, tangled cables, or devices that no longer work but somehow still made their way into storage. Technology changes so quickly that many of those cords don't even match anything you own anymore. Holding onto them doesn't bring value, it just adds frustration. Imagine opening that drawer and finding only the things you actually use: your phone charger, your laptop cable, maybe a pair of headphones. Everything else can go. Not only will it clear up space, but it will also save you from those moments of rummaging through a tangle of wires only to end up more annoyed than when you started. Each of these small steps creates a ripple effect. When your home becomes lighter, you feel lighter. When your space is easier to navigate, your days are easier to enjoy. It's not just about decluttering, it's about creating an environment that supports who you are today, not who you were 20 years ago. Watching and feel that these insights are meaningful. Please type number 2 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so, and don't forget to turn on the bell, so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos designed to uplift, inform, and inspire. Your support truly means a lot. It's what keeps us going and allows us to continue sharing thoughtful, helpful content just for you. Now, let's continue this journey together. While some scams are about stealing your money, others focus on something just as precious: your trust and emotions. This type of scam can be harder to spot because it doesn't always start with money. Instead, it begins with a story, a connection, or even a friendship. Let me share an example. A man named Robert, 68, joined an online group for people who loved gardening. He enjoyed chatting about flowers, soil, and weather. After a few weeks, one of the members began sending him private messages, telling stories about her personal struggles. She seemed kind and genuine. Over time, she asked Robert for small favors, like sending gift cards or helping with a temporary financial emergency. Robert didn't realize until much later that he had been manipulated into sending thousands of dollars. This type of scam is often called an emotional or romance scam. It plays on the natural human need for connection. And let's be honest, at 60, 70, or even 80, we all still want companionship and friendship. There's nothing wrong with that. But when someone uses your kindness against you, that's when caution is needed. Here are some signs of emotional manipulation to watch for. Too much, too fast. If someone you just met online starts calling you dear or sweetheart quickly, that's a red flag. Secrecy. They may ask you not to tell your family or friends about the relationship. This is a classic trick to isolate you. Requests for help. It might start small, a phone bill, a train ticket, but it usually grows into larger demands. So what can you do? First, keep in mind that real relationships take time. Whether it's friendship or romance, people who truly care about you will respect your pace. Second, involve your trusted circle. Share new friendships with your children, siblings, or close friends. Sometimes an outside perspective can catch warning signs you might miss. And here's a powerful mindset shift: saying no is not being unkind. Protecting yourself is an act of self-respect. When you guard your heart and resources, you leave space for genuine relationships, the kind that bring joy, not stress. One more thought: don't let the fear of scams make you close your heart completely. The world still has plenty of good people. By learning the warning signs, you can stay open to healthy connections while protecting yourself from harmful ones. We've talked about financial tricks and emotional manipulation. Now let's focus on the most empowering part: how to protect yourself. Think of this as building a safety net around your daily life. A net that allows you to enjoy your independence and freedom without living in constant fear of being taken advantage of. The first step is awareness. You've already started this by watching videos like this one. Simply knowing that scams exist makes you less vulnerable. Scammers rely on surprise and secrecy. But once you recognize their patterns, you can spot them from a mile away. The second step is creating habits that protect you automatically. For example, pause before responding. If you get a phone call, text, or email asking for money or personal information, don't act right away. Take a deep breath. Step back. Talk it over with someone you trust before deciding. Use the buddy system. Just like children walk home in pairs for safety, you can apply the same idea. Pick a family member, friend, or neighbor to be your second opinion partner. If you're unsure about an offer, message, or request, run it by them. Stay updated. Scams change constantly. Many local senior centers, libraries, and community groups host workshops on new fraud tactics. Attending these not only keeps you informed but also connects you with others who are looking out for each other. Secure your technology. Use strong passwords and don't share them. If a website looks suspicious, close it. If someone you've never met asks for video calls late at night or presses you to install apps, step away. The third step is building confidence and saying no. This one can feel tricky, especially if you grew up in a generation that valued politeness. But remember, you can be kind and firm at the same time. For example, if someone pressures you to act quickly, try saying, "I don't make decisions on the spot." If this is real, it will still be real tomorrow. That one line alone can protect you from many traps. Finally, let's talk about community. One of the strongest defenses against scams is staying connected. Scammers thrive when people are isolated, lonely, or unsure. But when you're part of a circle, whether it's family, friends, church, or a local group, you have people watching your back. Sharing experiences and looking out for one another builds a shield that no scammer can easily break through. Here's the truth: aging should not mean becoming more vulnerable. It should mean becoming wiser, stronger, and more confident in protecting yourself. By learning the signs, creating safe habits, and leaning on your community, you can keep your money, your heart, and your independence secure. So, the next time your phone rings with a special offer or you meet a new friend online who seems too good to be true, remember this video. Take a pause. Reach out to someone you trust. And most importantly, remind yourself, you are in control. Thank you for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your insights mean a lot to us and give us the motivation to keep spreading positivity and practical advice. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support truly helps us continue creating meaningful content that informs, inspires, and uplifts. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.